Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with an update on the winter storm headed towards the Arklatex for the nighttime hours tonight as well as most of Wednesday. You can see the snow already falling over West Texas as the system continues to dive through the southern Rockies and into the southern plains, and we will see its effects begin to be felt in our area as soon as the evening hours this evening. So let's first of all give you a look at what we will be looking at as far as temperatures tonight and tomorrow. As we will see lows tonight that will dip down into the upper teens, low 20s. So thankfully it won't be as cold as last night. And you can see daytime highs tomorrow. Notice mid-20s north. We will see low to middle 30s further to the south. And where we stay in the 20s, we will likely see mainly snow from this winter storm. Where we see highs in the 30s, that's where we get things a little bit more complicated with some freezing rain, sleet mixing in with the snow. And much of the area actually will begin with snow during the nighttime hours tonight. So let me show you the timing of things here with Robbins Toyota FUTURECAST, show you how this is going to be playing out. And you can see moving through the evening hours, we will see snow begin to develop over the northwestern half of the area. By midnight, we could begin to see some snow in Shreveport. Likely we'll have snow falling once again in Texarkana by that time, and it obviously will begin a bit sooner over the northwestern sections of the area, perhaps later on, earlier this evening, I should say. Once the sun goes down, we should begin to see that snow, at least the chance of it falling, increasing across the area. Now notice as I move this through the rest of tomorrow night, we will likely stay snow in Shreveport until a little bit before sunrise. So there is a potential in Shreveport of seeing some new snowfall accumulation. And notice up north, we're still pretty much snow during the morning hours. That pink area would be basically freezing rain. There is a possibility, and this is what we're hoping for East Texas and northwest Louisiana, that we see more sleet mixing in with the freezing rain. Obviously, if much of the precipitation falls as sleet, that precipitation is frozen already when it hits the ground, so it would hit the trees and power lines and basically go to the ground, whereas freezing rain coats all those things and then freezes, adding to a coating of ice on all those, again, basically power lines and trees, causing the potential for some power outages across the area. So let me play this through the rest of Wednesday, and you can see that once we change to freezing rain and or sleet, we likely will stay liquid or sleet for the rest of the day. Notice by 6 p.m., FUTURECAST has most of the precipitation moving east of our area. Still some lingering snow showers or pockets of freezing rain possible heading into the evening. Other models are just a little bit slower, but as we move through the evening, if we have any precipitation left over, it should move out. Now, the main upper level disturbance is still off to our west. FUTURECAST does show up the potential, and other models do show as well, that especially the southeast half of the area, that we could see a little bit more in terms of a light winter mix late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. And you can see that will end Thursday morning. We likely will stay cloudy Thursday and should begin to see those clouds depart Thursday night, giving way to a very cold Thursday night with temperatures dipping into the teens once again all across the area. So let's talk about those accumulations. I'll begin in the north, where we are again looking at the potential of doubling the amount of snow that's already on the ground. This is the latest numbers from FUTURECAST, still showing anywhere from 5 to 7. And last night they were showing, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches over the northern edge of the area. Now that has shifted a little bit further to the east. So most of this region, I would anticipate 5 to 7. There is a possibility, if FUTURECAST is correct, we could see a few spots, say from Prescott down to Magnolia, that see amounts that are a bit higher. Notice down towards I-20, where we could see the snow during the night tonight. Once it begins, we could see a good 1 to 3 inches from Marshall to Shreveport to Minden at 4.4 in Marshall. Perhaps a bit overdone, but I would not be surprised to see 1 to 3 inches again near I-20. But as you move further to the south of Shreveport, it's mainly going to be either sleet or freezing rain. Speaking of the ice, this is the latest from FUTURECAST as far as ice accumulation potential. And the key that's going to be very, very important here, actually there are two important things to watch. For Manny Natchitoches, you could see the totals here, 1.5, 1.3. Now, it is quite possible that we will see temperatures in these areas climb above freezing tomorrow afternoon. Obviously, that would allow for less accumulation on area trees in that particular part of the Arctic, but a good half an inch at least, a reasonable expectation for areas south of Interstate 20. Again, this would occur on top of the snow, making travel very, very difficult. If you don't have to get out and travel tomorrow, do not do so. And you can see further to the north, again, where it will be colder, that ice not as much as a concern. Now, these numbers are a bit lower than yesterday. Now, keep in mind that there is still a possibility that we could see totals approach an inch as far as ice accumulation. And again, even though the totals have gone down, that doesn't mean we're better off. Again, an ice storm is declared when we get a quarter of an inch of ice accumulation. You can see FUTURECAST still showing 2 to 3 times that will be a possibility. So we are looking at the potential for widespread power outages over the southern half of the area with this band of freezing rain and winter storm making its way into the area. Now, longer range, we will see a warm up as conditions will stay rather treacherous here as that precipitation again ends Thursday, probably morning. Your 7-day forecast shows that we will see again very slick travel for Thursday, even though the precipitation will be over. Might see some improvement late in the day, but not much. And notice Friday, 17 in the morning. If we do see a little bit of melting Thursday, it's only going to refreeze. So we will stay slick for Friday morning. Might see a little bit of improvement Friday afternoon, but notice probably don't have to wait until the weekend to see things get closer to normal. And we should be back to normal by the time we get to Sunday, with temperatures Saturday night staying above freezing. Speaking of Sunday, there is a chance for a little bit of light rain across the region Friday. And notice Tuesday, that is shouldn't say 96, that should say 64. I'll correct that, but nonetheless, 96 would actually feel pretty good now. We will see temperatures in the 60s by Tuesday. Overnight lows, once we return to the 30s, likely will stay in the 30s. So once again, we do have a winter storm warning in effect for all of the area, for the potential for the precipitation to begin as snow as we go through the nighttime hours tonight, possibly this evening over the northwest, and then we'll see the changeover over the southern half of the area to mainly freezing rain and sleet.